September 1944. The Pacific burns. On a tiny coral island called Peleliu, a battle begins, one that few remember, but none who fought ever forgot. The Japanese defenders are dug deep, caves, tunnels, hidden guns. The Americans expect victory in days. It will take weeks and cost thousands of lives. Heat flies, no water, no mercy. Peleliu becomes a living hell, are never the same. This is not a story of glory. It's a story of pain, of endurance, of a forgotten chapter in the war for the Pacific. September 15th, 1944. The 1st Marine Division hits the beaches of Peleliu, ready to wrap this up in 3 days. Sounds easy, right? But this island is no walk in the park. It's a fortress, with Japanese troops tucked away in coral caves, just waiting for the right moment to strike. The Marines thought they'd be sipping cold drinks in no time, but instead they're facing fierce resistance. The terrain is brutal, and those hidden defenders, they're not going down without a fight. What was supposed to be a quick victory turns into one of the toughest battles of the Pacific. It's a stark reminder that war rarely goes as planned. The heat is unbearable, like a relentless oven baking me alive. I'm standing on this razor-sharp coral, each step a reminder that nature can be just as brutal as any enemy. Water? Yeah, that's a luxury I can't afford right now. I'm down to my last few sips, and it feels like a ticking clock. Flies swarm around the wounded, buzzing like they're celebrating our misery. And the enemy, they're out there, lurking in the shadows, never showing themselves. It's like a game of hide and seek, but I'm the only one playing. Every second feels like an eternity, and I can't shake the feeling that the real battle isn't just against them, but against the heat, the terrain, and my own sanity. Colonel Nakagawa's strategy is something else. Forget the classic banzai charges, that's not his style. Instead, he's all about the element of surprise. Imagine hidden guns tucked away in the jungle, just waiting for the right moment to strike. And those snipers, they're like ghosts, picking off targets from miles away without a sound. But the real kicker, the tunnels, they stretch for miles underground, creating a labyrinth that confuses and disorients anyone trying to chase him down. It's a brutal game of cat and mouse, where every step could be your last. Nakagawa knows how to play it, and it's a chilling reminder of the lengths some will go to in warfare. Fighting in the Marines is all about grit and determination, inch by inch. When the enemy's dug in, sometimes the only way to flush them out is with flamethrowers. Picture this, entire hills engulfed in flames, the roar of fire drowning out enemy gunfire. It's brutal, but it gets the job done. Yet the cost is staggering. Lives lost, scars that never heal. Each flame represents a sacrifice, a reminder of the price of war. It's not just about winning. It's about the heavy toll it takes on everyone involved. In the end, you realize that every inch gained comes with a story of courage and loss. By day 5, Peleliu is soaked in blood. What was supposed to be a quick 3-day victory has turned into a month-long nightmare. The heat, the chaos, and the relentless fighting wear on us. Every corner we turn, every hill we try to take, it feels like we're just digging our own graves. The guys are starting to look at each other, eyes wide with confusion and fear. Why are we here? Is this really worth it? We came in thinking we'd be heroes, but now it's just a struggle to survive. The island is unforgiving, and so are the questions in our minds. What's the end game? When does this madness stop? By day 10 on Peleliu, it feels like we're in a graveyard. The Marines are running on fumes, completely exhausted. The heat, it's brutal, 115 Fahrenheit, and it feels like the sun is just roasting us alive. Water is a precious commodity. We're rationing every drop. You'd think the enemy would throw in the towel by now, but no, they're still holding strong, refusing to surrender. It's like they're made of tougher stuff than we imagined. Each day drags on, and we're left wondering how much longer we can keep this up. It's a test of will, and right now it feels like we're losing the battle against both the enemy and the elements. I remember the first time I heard about Bloody Nose Ridge. It was like stepping into a nightmare. Imagine being pinned down by Japanese snipers, firing from hidden caves, their positions as elusive as ghosts. Every inch of that ridge felt like a battle for survival, where the ground was soaked in blood and courage. The Marines called it 8 days in hell, and for good reason. Each day was a brutal test of will, where every advance cost lives. You could hear the whispers of fear and determination in the air, as men fought not just for territory, but for each other. It was a hellish grind, but it forged bonds that would last a lifetime, turning ordinary soldiers into legends. You step onto Bloody Nose Ridge, and it feels like stepping into a nightmare. Japanese snipers are hidden in these invisible caves, picking off Marines one by one. Every inch of this ground is soaked in blood, and you quickly realize that survival here isn't just about courage, it's about sheer will. The Marines call it 8 days in hell, and trust me, it lives up to the name. Days stretch into an eternity as you fight for every foot, every breath. It's a brutal game of cat and mouse, where the enemy is always watching, always waiting. You learn to move like a shadow, to listen for the faintest crack of a rifle. This isn't just a battle, it's a test of endurance, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Historians still debate the cost of battles fought on islands that seem to hold no strategic value. But for the men who fought there, it was everything. Picture this: soldiers far from home, facing the harsh realities of war, clinging to the belief that their sacrifice meant something. They weren't just fighting for land, they were fighting for each other, for their brothers in arms, and for a sense of honor. Each inch gained was a testament to their grit and determination. The island may have been a dot on the map, but to them it was a battleground where courage was forged. In the end, it wasn't about the island, it was about the legacy they left behind. Peleliu fades from textbooks, but it's etched in the minds of those who lived it. Imagine a small island, a brutal battle, and the silence of survivors who carry stories that textbooks overlook. They don't just remember the chaos, they remember the camaraderie, the fear, and the loss. Each survivor is a living testament to a history that deserves more than a footnote. Their silence speaks volumes, echoing the sacrifices made and the lessons learned. It's a reminder that history isn't just facts and dates. It's the human experience, raw and real. Let's not let Peleliu slip away into obscurity. Their stories matter, and they deserve to be heard. Peleliu wasn't the headline. It didn't make the front pages like Iwo Jima or Normandy. But for the guys who fought there, it was everything. Imagine being on that tiny island, surrounded by chaos, with every inch of sand feeling like a battle. The heat, the fear, the camaraderie, it all blended into a fight for survival. Those men bled, cried, and sacrificed everything, not for glory, but for each other. They faced unimaginable odds, and while history might overlook them, their stories are etched in the hearts of those who lived it. Peleliu was a brutal chapter, but for those who endured, it was a defining moment that shaped their lives forever. They came as soldiers, ready to fight for their country, armed with courage and a sense of duty. But what they faced out there was more than just a battlefield. They encountered fear, loss, and the harsh reality of survival. Many returned home, forever changed, carrying the weight of memories that haunt them. They learned to navigate a world that felt foreign, where the echoes of gunfire lingered in their minds. And then there are those who never made it back, leaving behind stories untold, dreams unfulfilled. Each one of them a testament to resilience, reminding us that the scars of war run deep, and survival is a journey that lasts a lifetime. Peleliu today is a world away from the chaos it once knew. The jungle has wrapped its arms around the land, healing the scars left by battle. But if you listen closely, you can still hear the whispers of history. The rusted remnants of war, like old tanks and bunkers, peek through the foliage, telling stories of bravery and sacrifice. It's eerie yet fascinating how nature has reclaimed this place, turning destruction into a serene landscape. Yet the echoes of soldiers' footsteps and distant artillery still linger in the air, reminding us of the price paid for peace. Peleliu is quiet now, but its past is anything but silent. This is not just history, it's memory, it's sacrifice. It's the forgotten hell that must never be forgotten.